Karibu sana. This is the Audit show. Your host is Robert Alai. And we are going to have guests. The guests, we are going to discuss a range of things. And the things are ranging from their lifestyle, their career, what they've been doing, and also to audit a lot of things about them, which you don't know. So karibuni sana. Our first guest will be one of the plantation gang leaders. And it was Shaffie Weru.
Yes.
Sijui kwa nini Weru ama sio wa Weru?
Ni Weru. Is this Weru?
Yes.
Shaffie Weru. Weru means light.
Light.
Yes.
Kwa nini?
Weru.
That's why you're very bright. No, bling.
That's why the spotlight is always on me.
Okay.
Yes.
Why is the spotlight on you? What's your background?
As in, my background is, in what sense? I'm talking about where I come from, where I'm going.
Where you started, from your education.
I started from Toy Primary School.
Toy?
Yes, Toy Primary School.
Kibera.
With the likes of Alfred Mutua.
That's your
He was a
classmate.
head boy. I don't know, alikuwa mbele. Alfred Mutua was my cousin's classmate. I have two older cousins.
How many classes ahead?
Many, about 6, 7.
Okay.
Yes.
Primary?
Yeah, primary, Toy Primary, which was the best until Olympic Primary was open.
Okay.
You know there are two Olympic primaries,
Yes.
eh?
Yes.
There's Olympic Kibera, ile mzee iko pale Karanja, and then there's now Olympic, that's
the new one.
Yes, the newer one, which came now and started outshining us. The closest school that was around that area was Kilimani, wale wanavaga Brown.
But Kilimani iko huku?
Kuna Kilimani iko Adams.
Okay.
Iko hii pande nyingine.
Yes.
That was like a sister school.
Oh, yes.
And then we have Moy Girls.
Yes.
Moy Girls were sharing a fence. Actually, Toy and Moy Girls were sharing a fence. And I think Moy did not want to call Toy Moy Primary School. Akatoa M akaeka T. Sisi kwa watoto wa Moy. Yes.
So it was still called Toy.
Toy, yeah,
It was
T-O-I.
called during Moy. It was started during Moy's time.
Same time with the Moy Girls.
Yes.
Yeah, hand in hand. In fact, Moy Girls came after. Toy was the first one.
So this Toy came from Moy.
Moy, yeah. That's what I came to realize later on. Yeah. And how they decided to just decide because ni watoto ikwe Toy, ndio hii ingine ikwe Moy Girls. It's a story for another day. Toy. Yeah, Moy. It's the same thing, bro. It's technically the same thing. And the moment you lose that M, you lose even the budget. That's why the school never became what it was intended to be. Mimi mtoto wa Moy nilikunywa maziwa ya Moy. I was born a year after I came into independence. Into power. That's in 80.
Yes.
Yeah, because he rose to power in 79.
So in 1978.
78. I wasn't born, so mean.
Yes.
So from Toy, I didn't finish there. I moved to Ntomu. Ntomu is in Meru. I wasn't expelled, but my mom had to stop me before I just made a mess of my life. Because I can remember when I was in Toy, then some of my cousins' friends, because majority of all the family members tulienda hiyo shule. Back in the days, families used to do a lot of things together. And like now, when people have wamesambaratika, family setting back in the 80s was very solid. Kama uko Ushago, all of you will go to the same school.
Yeah.
So even us, because now our Ushago is Kibera, aka Sarangombe. That's what it was called back in the day.
Do you vote in Kibera?
No, I vote in Langata, South Sea side.
Uliingia kwa mababi.
Because now my mom moved and left her.
But you should go, sometimes.
No, I go there. I go to Kibera.
It's always good to go and vote there. We experience now.
No. I can't vote there. I may have to vote on this other end because, half of my life, as a majority of my life is on South Sea.
Yes.
Yeah. Because I live, when I was before I moved from Toy, we had moved to Golf Course.
Yes.
Golf Course ni hapo tu juu ya line saba.
Yes, najua hapa karibu na
Magiwa, Ngumo. That's another very legendary estate, that whole area. Huko imetoa watu kama kina Pinye, that rap group back in the day, Zigzag.
Mike.
Yes.
Mike Styles.
Yeah, so that's how it is. So that's how we started.
Yeah.
And then moved to South Sea. So the reason why I don't vote in Kibera is because from when I became now a teenager, everything I know from this end. But my mom's family and everything, iko Sarangombe Kibera. Yes. Alafu watu wa jeshi la wokovu wakachukua land yetu.
Wakachukua land yetu.
Our land where we used to live. Boma yetu yote.
Yes.
They were building a church.
They bought or they grabbed?
I don't know whether they grabbed or bought. I was too young. But I know one day we were told we're not going to school, we're going to demonstrate. Tukaenda hapo nje ya
ilikuwa land ya familia ama
familia yetu, family zingine mingi, si yetu tu. Watu wengi sana. Okay. Yeah. These guys bought the land. Whether it was quarters, I don't know. Because my family, they're the first generation Nubians.
Yes.
And then waka intermarry na Wameru, na Wakikuyu, and the Luo. That's how now.
You're a Nubian.
I'm a
but
Nubian. I have
more of like a Kikuyu
blood. Yes.
Yeah,
and a Kikuyu background.
Oh,
and a Meru
Kikuyu background. A
yes.
Meru background.
Yes. Niko na hizo. So that's how it happened. So tulienda demonstration.
Yes.
Mpaka hapo kwa State House.
Yes.
Kwa Moi. You know, in front of State House.
Yes,
you know,
yes,
State House
yes.
has always been
Nubians,
like that.
Zamani,
for the people who don't know. Those millennials who think that it was different. It was like that.
Yes.
The only difference is now Uhuru came and built the roads.
Yes.
Made his own road.
Yeah.
Akajenga nyumba, aka-upgrade nyumba yake.
Yes.
Before then, it was just
State House.
At a two-lane road. Unaweza enda juu na unaweza shuka tu chini. So hapo tuenda very early in the morning, we tried to get to see. And all the people who walibomolewa because Lokovu took over the land. Tukaenda huko ku demonstrate. My aunties nini was so young. By then I think I was in class 3. Tukafika usubuhi na mapema. Whether we saw him or not, I can't remember. I was so sleepy. I think I don't even.
You can't see. I don't think you'd come that time. Maybe
I can't remember. Yeah. But I know it helped. So watu walihamishwa palingine. So right now we live in Katokera. That's now where our land was moved. That's where we were settled.
I saw very bad things in Katokera sometimes.
It's crazy. Katokera is very crazy. And you can imagine now we went there when it was even worse. Before there was space. Now there's no space. You know, now it's overpopulated and then kila mtu amejenga vile anataka kujenga. The issue of flying toilets, etc. And people like in Okto have tried to highlight it and everything.
Yes.
But I haven't been to Mathare sides, the slums. When I was working as a reporter, we used to cover, but just huko kwa barabara. Sijaingia ndani kabisa Korogocho. Maybe the slums are worse than.
There's a place in Mathare called Kanyangao, number 10.
Yeah. But Kibera pia huko Katokera sasa utakuongea juu ya slum.
Yes.
The real
number
9 motherland.
Motherland.
Ndio motherland yote. Huko sasa huko chini ndio sasa huko. Kama ushaishi huko kuna kitu hujaiona. Yeah, so that's why I live life.
Mimi nimekaa Majengo, nimekaa D, Dandora.
I went there for story to cover.
Hapo tu nyuma ya Mware stage.
Yes. Crazy place.
Life ya slum ni mbaya bana.
No. So that's why I respect. As in ukisikia msema ametoka mtaani, ametoka ghetto. Wewe mheshimu tu because in whatever they do and how they move, expect anything.
For the fittest.
Yeah.
Hata mtoi.
Survival for the fittest.
Hata 3 years old.
Yeah. But you see, if they can afford a smile, who are you? Umekaa hapo ati mvuto kazi ama nini?
You know, I was asking you the question of going to vote there because I expect us to change them.
Yes, I know.
You know, sometimes when you go there, you get inspired.
I know. But I go there, as in I'm always there. As in at least every week, at least I have to go there. Because, you know, my aunties, my mom's sisters, there were how many sisters before? There was Auntie Mami, Auntie Dijo, and then Auntie Mina. Auntie Mina is the only one who's alive now. The other 2 passed away. And then out of the uncles, 3 have passed away. Uncle Muha, Uncle Ndala, Uncle Jopili. Now there's only Uncle Rashidi. Uncle Rashidi, he elevated. Ando alijenga zile nyumba ziko hiyo side nyingine ya forest. You know there used to be a mkuru.
Yes.
Kutoka Katokera, unavuka kulikuwa na like a river. Mto. Alafu side nyingine kulikuwa na mkuru. The same way Dandora have a dam site.
Yes.
Kulikuwa na dam site pale.
Yes.
Alafu prison. Alafu kulikuwa forest, Roland Forest. Sasa hiyo watu wakajenga huku sasa. So my uncle now lives on that other side. So the sister go chini huku. So tunavuka, we cross a lot to and from.
In your Range Rover?
Yes. In my Discovery. Hizo zingine haziwezi enda huko.
So from primary school ulienda
sasa kwa sababu nilihamishwa class 6. When I was going to class 6,
yes.
I was moved to Meru. So in Meru, I was
Nikaenda
Ushago. Because my mom, it helped me.
Why?
It helped me a lot because I was too naughty. Nilikuwa nakwambia toi.
Unakana nani huko?
Nilikuwa nakaa no. Granny yangu alikuwa anakaa Kibera. Our neighbors, he was called Engineer Kobia.
Yes.
Engineer Kobia used to work for Mr. The owner of McKinney is called Okello.
Okellos.
Yes, the Okellos. Okello and Kobia was his chief engineer. They were building all over. McKinney walikuwa hata wanafanya kazi Somalia. I remember that one time we went to visit Kobia in Somalia. Somalia was like Hawaii because I've traveled. It's like Miami. It was before the drama.
Very good.
Very beautiful beaches, town
there.
Best
yes,
city.
You know,
Mogadishu. Coast city. Yeah. Yes. It was so dope.
Yeah, it was
and fast forward nikaenda tena saizi after when I went with some NGOs working with like in 2002 and 2003. The destruction was ridiculous. But anyway, so this Mzee Kobia, they were a very big family in Meru. And we were neighbors. And they had kids in Makini who were my age. Kioni and Mushoi. Mushoi is the guy of Mashada. Remember Mashada.com?
Yes.
Yeah, he's in America.
Mashada.
The first blog.
.com.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so Those are the people I grew up with. So tukatupo huko because the grandfather had given government property wakajenga shule. It was like a private gava kind of a project. We were the first students. So you can imagine, ilikuwa normal bana. So nikapiga huko hizo 3 years and I did very well. No, this is primary. I did very well.
6, 7, 8.
Nikatoka huko and then I was called to a provincial school then.
Which is?
Chuka High School.
Yes.
Yeah. I'd loved that place so much, I didn't want to come this way. So that's why we separated now with Kioni. Kioni akaenda, and Kobo, mimi nikaenda Chuka. And Chuka 4 years, nikapiga life huko.
Niko na memories ya Meru High School.
Yes.
It was around the same time.
Yeah.
Okay, nilikuwa napendanga kuandika hizi vitu vya pen pals.
Sana.
Magazeti. Sasa kulikuwa na shule mbili, I think it's Chogoria Girls na Mikinduri.
Na kuna Mudhambi. Kuna shule huko, kuna Mudhambi Girls, kuna Chogoria Girls, kuna Kaga Girls.
Kaga.
Yeah, actually my first girlfriend now came from a school, Kenny Girls. Kenny Girls now is in Embu. Yes. High school nikamaliza, nikakuja
high school is one school.
Yeah, Chuka, I didn't move. I'd already become a focused child.
Yes.
Because at Toy, at class 3, I used to see people do drugs. You know, drugs is not an issue that started today.
No.
I'm telling you, when I was in class 3, in Toy, those years, bado kids could be able to have, you know, tablets, nini, bangi.
What was it?
I don't know. Alikuwa Makina. Majority of the kids came from Makina. Makina is part of Kibera,
yes.
At the top of the upper part,
yes,
where a lot of Muslims live, and also Luyas. Hii ni pale after kwa Moi.
Yes.
Kutoka DC,
yes,
Landi,
yes,
area.
Yes. Hii drug ilikuwa tap.
They were taking a lot of tablets. A lot of tablets, ecstasy.
I saw them in school, yeah.
Yeah, hizo zilikuwa sana hizo mwaka. Those are the things that my mom decided, huyu lama aende Meru. Nikaenda Meru. Meru, those things were not there. The only thing that was in Meru was Mogoka and Mira.
After Chuka
nikamaliza, nikatoka, nikakuja, nikasafiri. I went to the UK, but I had to come back because I got an opportunity.
In the UK for?
Yeah, in Cardiff. But I got an opportunity after my first semester to come back and get a job. Nilikuja ile holiday, nikapata kazi Citizen. Kupata kazi Citizen, nikapata kina Sophie Kenye, kina Carol Radul, kina Joseph Ageo, kina Emmanuel Juma, Chamwada. In fact, Chamwada and many of those guys there, I'm the one who taught them how to drive because I used to come with my mom's car to work. Yes, so weekend, tunaenda Uhuru Park na wafundisha kupeleka gari.
Unatoa mkono nje.
Na wafundisha. I taught this guy kupeleka gari kabisa. Like Chamwada, I know. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very nice.
A very nice person. And these are the guys who trained me. So I loved what I was doing. And at the same time, because all these guys were graduates of KMC, I was introduced to the dean of students. Wakanichukua in as a parallel student at KMC.
Back kidogo. From Cardiff, what are you doing in Cardiff?
The same thing. I was doing mass communication.
Oh, okay.
Yes, nikakuja hapa. Nikaendelea hiyo mass com at KMC. There, it was not as broad as here. Because KMC was the only place. Hata sa your end, they were trying to get the act together are in relation to journalism. Because walikuwa wanafundisha journalism, they had separated all the courses. Units, yeah. Yes. But at KMC, it was one. So ukifanya mass communication, unafanya sound and TV production, unafanya PR, unafanya radio and TV production, unafanya journalism.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Now that falls in under marketing, which was also there at KMC. Yes. It was a very vigorous, course. I don't know whether they changed it now.
Very good, yeah.
But it was very good. But
ukarudi KMC.
KMC, yeah, nikafanya KMC. So I used to go to work and I go to school. I go to work and I go to school. So I went to school with the likes of Veronica Ndirango. I went to school with the likes of Sadiq, who is in not Sadiq Shaban, the other Sadiq. Him is in Australia, got married to Mzungu. And there's a lady called, she's very big. I think she works for SABC. Her name was Njeri or Njoki? One of the two. I forget. Sarah Kimani. Sarah Kimani was at NTV then. Yes. And then akaenda SABC. One of the best journalists I know and news reporters ever to come out of
that's around
KMC. We're School of 99.
99.
School of 99.
After...
Actually, we're the School of 99 or 2000. After that, imekuwa miaka mingi bana.
Yeah. Very,
and then you see the graduation used to be kuna wengine walikuwa na graduate inabidi wangoje wengine alafu because every year they had only one graduation. So kama umemaliza, if you finish before August, you have to wait to graduate in December with them. That's how, how Gava think and how Gava operates is very complicated. Yes. Yeah, so we graduated, it was dope, and then from there, Moya akafunga Citizen. Kufunga Citizen, nilikuwa na watu wote. Wengine wakaenda, kama kina Sophie Kenya akaenda BBC UK. Alafu wengine wakaenda Citizen, everyone is everywhere. Wengine wakaenda, sorry, Citizen ikafungwa, wengine wakaenda NTV. NTV was just opening and was just starting. Yes, wengine wakaenda KTN. Alafu most of the people went to Kiss. Kina Pauli Lado, Karo Radu, and these are the people now who called me to Radio Africa. That's how I started at Kiss in 2003 as an intern, and then went ahead to become.
Then you have more than 20 years in the
experience,
media,
yeah? In the media, yes.
Using it,
Onea kwanza, Onea tu nimepiga on radio as a radio broadcaster and a radio presenter and a radio host. I've done not less than 15 years experience as a on-air and also as running a station.
On Kiss.
On Kiss. And
very loyal one.
Yeah, I only worked for Kiss. I never went to any other station. I got many offers.
Why?
1FM wanted to get... in fact, that guy gave me the best deal of my life. But I went, sat down with Martin and PQ, told them, wakaongeza mshahara. But not to what that guy was going to give us.
Yes.
The young MP from... the late Kosgei's son. Yeah, we even met. But when we signed, he knew. Alikuwa analipa bonus, signing on fee. But I still stayed. And with Kaleche, in fact, they were taking me with Kaleche then. And then when Kina Kamene came, even before they came, Kevin tried to call me, tell me, Shaff, bana kuja tufanye kazi. But bado nikakwama tu pale. It's easier to be loyal. It's easier to work in one institution.
It's loyal to be loyal.
Yeah. But sometimes it doesn't pay off. But for many who have seen how things have transpired,
financially it doesn't pay off.
It can't.
It
doesn't. But it's good. It's a good. People know your value and they understand. Your chances of getting another job or another opportunity are higher than a guy who is known as a media prostitute. Watu wamepiga station zote.
Hakuna yenye
sasa ukimaliza alafu. But you know what, people think differently.
Umekuwa on radio very long.
Very long, and also done also TV.
Wenye unaweza kukumbuka sana.
My co-host. I've only worked with two co-hosts. Kaleche Mumo, who was the longest serving. Tumepiga drive show. We brought.
How long?
We had the biggest show on radio, biggest show for all we won all the awards as that drive show. Yes, with Kaleche Mumo, and then we were moved to breakfast, and then that's where things did not work out because that energy we had at drive and at on the breakfast show did not resonate very well. Plus, also we went to fill a very, very huge shoe, which is Caroline Motoko's shoe, which was hard, bro, because she had the best show ever.
Right? She was not. Because you went to.
So that's were the ones who replaced her.
Yeah.
We moved from drive and we replaced Caroline Motoko.
Yeah.
An era of the FM station. Hakuna breakfast show in this country has ever been as big as Caroline and Nyambane. Yeah,
it was big.
Yes, so you can imagine. So we were put there, and we came with the energy from drive to do things differently. People did not buy into it. It did not work. We were not hitting the kind of numbers that we used to hit. You can imagine from 23% share to about 8 to 7% share. Obviously,
it's very interesting that you admit even when you drop in.
We draw numbers.
It's very hard for people.
There are two different shows and two different segments.
Yes.
But see, for the owner of the company, they will always try and do what is best for the station and the show, because stations and radio stations are run on numbers. That's how money comes in. Yeah. People like George Luther before he left Scanad, the only way he'll throw money away is if you have the numbers.
Yeah.
And by anybody who's on radio and you have anything in double digits in share, with out of 56 radio stations in the market.
Then?
Since then until now.
Yeah.
They just keep on growing.
Yes.
When we were doing that and we were so dope, we were at how many? We were at about 40 to 36 radio stations. By the time I was leaving radio last month, we're talking about over 56 radio stations.
That's too many.
They're too many. So the market is saturated. People who started when they're only like 10 to 15 FM stations. That's back in 2000. That was easy to maneuver, to manipulate, to be able to get the audience. But now this audience has been stretched in the course of the era with many other stations mushrooming. Like within Nairobi, ni mingi sana.
Yes.
So you have to be the best. Anybody who's doing double digits on radio at this particular moment, those are the people who are getting the big bucks. Those are the people who have the best audience. So anything from 11% to 28%. Because no one has bigger than
some don't have the audience.
Some don't have.
But no, majority have a small niche audience. Like capital. Less than 5%, but they get all the money.
Capital and Ghetto Radio.
Yes.
And niche stations.
Yes.
And so Attack at 4%, it's the 4% of what? Because see, that's how you have to do. That's how you calculate. Yeah. You see, it's the radius of the audience.
Yes.
So listen, at Classic 105, Hot 96, Citizen, Milele, all these big boys.
Yeah.
We're talking about close to about 800 to about 1 million people listening at every 1 second.
Then you have
and those are the guys now who are above all over the country. Yeah. That's above. So you have above 20% share. Ukirudi chini inafika 15.
Yeah.
And anybody below 15% share to about 10% share, we have about 800,000 people listening at any one time. Yeah, that's in Nairobi. So that's how it works.
Outside Nairobi.
So there's a TSA and then there is the mass, which is the general thing.
Yes.
And then there's the Nairobi. But
Nairobi,
people use Nairobi.
Still use the CAF measurement.
CAF, people using CAF. Okay. CAF is there. But they're not reliable because those things don't work. One day you can wake up, you find that the radio listenership has dropped by 4 million. You wonder where the 4 million listeners go to. That science does not make any sense.
I've tried to understand the CAF ratings because...
Right now, actually, people don't use CAF anymore. People use Geopool.
How reliable is
CAF? CAF ilikufa. CAF ilikuwa inapatia kila radio station nini yake. Numbers zake.
You have two hosts, which you said you've been working with.
Oh, so that's Kaleche, and then Adele Onyango, who I worked with for 4 years.
Okay.
After Kaleche left.
How is Kaleche different from Adele?
Kaleche is so organic. She's so like, you know how she's... Kaleche is Kaleche, Big Mama. She's so dope.
Yeah.
And, you know, we had a very...
Yes.
We had a very a good chemistry.
Yes.
And as in, it was so organic. It wasn't... no one cooked it. Because one day we started doing a Saturday show together, and from that Saturday show it became so big. We used to do something called Keep It in Kenyan, where we only used to play Kenyan tracks.
Yes.
Another person who was in that show was, I think, DNG also passed by through that show.
The hype man.
The hype man passed through that show.
Yes.
And also, I think, Dij, But me and Kaleche, that's from the day we met. Even her family, and, you know.
became like family.
We are very, I remember even Christmases, we used to go and share at her dad's and her mom's place.
And that's what made you guys great.
Very great, because we used to do everything together.
You knew what annoys each other.
You see, every day, unaingia kwa ile cubicle, your studio, ni nyinyi wawili. Every single day, for over 9 years.
Hours.
Yeah, so
4 hours every day.
Yeah, so there's nothing anyone could tell me about her that I didn't know. And she knew everything about me. And that's why it worked. It worked very well. In fact, us being moved to breakfast was the biggest mistake. What Kiss needed was a new breakfast show with new hosts. Yes. Because you see, that show, after Karen left, it has struggled and it's still struggling until today. It has picked up now. It has picked up now with Jalango and Kamene. This is the highest it has gotten. Yeah. But we'll never get to those heights of Caroline.
What's the rating now?
They're not doing badly, bro. They've hit, they get to about 18 to 24% share in the morning, which is okay.
It's very good now with the stiff competition. Because you know, competition now is also stiff.
Stiff. Let me tell you, anyone with double digits, with over 56 radio stations, hey, bro, kwani even if you do your maths, they are 56. You can afford to have 20%.
Boom.
That means kuna wale wanagata audience, 0. You know,
how are they getting the money?
No, they don't get money, bro. I know, and how they get the money, I don't know. Maybe they have their own tactics. Yeah. Maybe that's why the rate card changes, the rate card varies. Yeah. But as for my second course, Adele, this was just something that was put together. And that happens a lot on radio. Because in your radio, the show must go on. Yeah, if you quit today, if you're fired today, someone else will be put in because the show has to go on. The audience expect the show to go on tomorrow. Otherwise, close the station. That's why there's always a mix and match, try and error, and not everything will always work. Yeah, but those are the only two people I've worked with all my life on air.
Who are the biggest competition from other stations?
Energy is doing very well. Energy people,
is inducing.
The radio station, the radio station, as in the radio station, many of the owners and many of the companies have been sitting there thinking that this station that I just started 3 years ago, eventually that fire will die. Yes. But that fire, instead of dying, it's just been becoming, ni kama ile ya Olympic, inaendelea tu kuchomeka mpaka.
And I've seen Kiss is trying to copy some of the things.
Of course, because you see, for the
studio
longest
design
time,
changed,
all the stations,
Yeah.
the old station, the people who've been there, they were saying, hii itakufa.
Yeah.
Ni hype.
Yeah.
But no, that's where everybody went wrong because they underestimated them. That hype, they're still sustaining it. How they're doing it, I don't know. They have moved from, their old studios into better studios. It's
Really?
it's complicated. They
Yes.
moved. Yeah, they moved. He used to be at a building next to, that building that looks like ICC.
Yes.
Ile churches on Wayakiwe.
Yeah.
The IAC or something like that.
Yeah.
Ile iko on, it's a white building.
The one
It's
that
owned by
looks like a
churches.
bullet.
Not like a bullet. The one that looks like a bullet is at Kalingam, opposite my office.
There's one, yeah.
Oh, there's one. Oh, that one. No. Unajua inakaa round hivi ya kanisa.
Yes.
Directly opposite Aga Khan.
Yes.
Yeah, Aga Khan Primary.
Yes.
Oh. Walikuwa na building hapo nyuma, but now they've moved to Lemak. Lemak is that beautiful, that one that looks like a bullet.
Yes.
Now that's where they are, on the 6th floor.
And they have now a very
Yeah.
good view of
The city. They've built very beautiful studios and set up. I was there the other day.
Yeah.
And so all I can say is that competition is very stiff.
Energy.
Energy is
Then
is the direct competitor
energy,
to Kiss.
before energy.
Kiss has other competitors within the group. There's Radio Jambo. There's Classic, which are still eating to that same market share. Because your son in moja.
But Nani was very good on the drive show.
Minor.
No, Cess.
Cess was very good at Capital. Yes. Yeah. And
So,
that's why they're trying to get her to now jump into Classic. Yes. Because now all the radio stations,
It's moving
it's
from
survival.
smooth to...
Yeah. Smooth, I think it's even off. Nimejaribu kusikiza kwa gari, I think they shut it down. You see, right now there's no any radio owner who is into this business and they want to make money.
Yeah.
Unlike Mzee Chris Kirubi, who is in the business because he just loves it. He wants to be DJ CK. So whether it's making money or not, it doesn't matter to him.
Yeah.
You cannot start a station right now and expect to catch up. Because you have to do something like super ridiculous and you have to have a lot of investments. As in weke pesa mingi sana to catch
On radio now.
Yeah, right now.
I think now with the
the last station to enter
Yes.
the market and had a chance to make it and to get to the levels that they're in is energy. Anyone else is entering now? I know Sound City are trying. Sound City from Nigeria.
Yes.
And in Nigeria, they're well known for TV and also their radio station, which is not as big as their TV, because Sound City is like the MTV or the Channel O of West Africa, of Lagos and Nigeria. So now they've come into the market. And the biggest challenge I think they're going to have is trying to recover. Because everyone is, right now, like now at Ariel, if I was to advise Patrick, or I'm sure that's what he's going to do, he has to consolidate his best and concentrate on the best station. You cannot be running a station that's not bringing in any revenue.
Like
there's no money
East
already.
FM.
There's no money already. East FM has money. East FM is a niche station. East FM is like Capital and Get.
Which one does that, man?
Bro, apart from
Keys,
the station let's talk about the stations that are making money.
Yes.
Citizen.
Yes.
Hot 96.
Yes.
Kiss. Classic.
Yes.
Radio Jambo.
Yes.
Kameme.
Yes.
Milele. Maisha. Anything else that I have not mentioned?
He's not making money.
Wanna survive. Those are the first class radio stations. And then the second class radio stations. The homeboyz, the energy, the guys who are just, they're hanging by a thread.
Yeah, they're
and
punching.
then there's uko chini yake.
Yeah.
Ni watu tu wanajaribu tu. Just, you're keeping that fire on that frequency.
Boss, unajua, history ya Compass. I wanted to review the whole radio atmosphere in the country. Radio is changing.
Yes.
Because now radio is also virtual.
Yes.
Actually,
it's communication in terms
of
media in general.
Like you host radio show.
Yeah.
But it's not only voice.
Yes.
Because voice was going down at some point. Now voice is growing because of the podcasting, the audiobooks. People are listening. People are consuming a lot of audio because when they're traveling, they're not so much in a place where they can watch videos.
Correct.
But also radio is changing in that radio is merging audio and video.
Yes.
So you stream YouTube, or you record and post, but you also do audio, like you always do there. I'm seeing even the US, the New York stations, the Breakfast 105, they do a lot of that. Competition hapa, how was it on your show? Apart from your show, even the Breakfast, which one was it? The best you can ever talk of.
What do you mean?
Best breakfast.
The best breakfast show in the market?
The segments, like Capital. Me since working Farid and the Ugandan lady.
Yeah.
I've never loved a crazier team. You know, Farid is now trying.
So the question is, which are the biggest combinations?
Your competition. Who were your?
Oh, when I was on air.
Yes.
On breakfast or on
radio.
On radio. When I was doing Drive, I didn't have a competition. We had the best show in the market, hands down. Second biggest show was Marcus. No. Numbers never lie.
Yes.
For 7 years straight.
Yeah.
I think that is the hangover EABL have.
How much money do you think you're making?
Because when I was on Drive, everything they had to be put on my show. That's why I ended up as the Hennessy brand ambassador for the region, because I had the biggest and the craziest.
Sio kujuana?
Hakuna kitu kujuana. Ningekuwa najuana ningekuwa nimenunua nyumba Karen. I never got any commission. All the money practically it was for Radio Africa. Ilienda kwa PQ and his directors. As we were just doing a good job and we had a good pay. But that's on Drive. On Breakfast, biggest breakfast show that has given people sleepless nights. Mine and Kingangi. You know, after Caroline Alitoka, Caroline was the best. Caroline was the best.
Why is he low?
No, I'm telling you that it is. It's the best breakfast show. The next breakfast show, actually, it's not the best. It's second best. The best is Gideon Ghost. We're talking about stations. It's just that this man has many stations.
Paranisho.
Akuna station mingi. And that's, you see, what Jambo and what Classic is doing is what people want to hear.
Yeah.
So
what the mass market want to hear.
Yeah, relationships. And when we talk about relationships, it will always, digress to sex. It will also digress to boyfriend and girlfriend. It will also digress to gender issues.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and then there are other stations out there that people are doing very well. And,
that's what I wanted to ask you. You know the market.
Malele, Maisha, there's the guys who are doing the show on Kameme.
Yes.
They're very dope, bro.
Yes.
They're very dope. But they will never get the numbers.
In the country, who
the
inspired
top
you?
three.
Yeah.
Top three is Jambo, Classic, Citizen. Kina Mwala huko. The guys are doing their thing, man. And you see, majority of Kenyans speak the national language Swahili.
Yes. Right.
So Swahili stations will always take the biggest chunk of the money and the listeners.
Yeah.
You cannot ignore them.
You have niche which are doing so well.
But they can never get to those levels. They can never. Aji.
But they have the money.
Okay, what money? Oh yeah, them as a station. Having money as a station.
They spend by the advertisers.
How? Tell me any big brand right now that wants to sell to a niche market. Big brand, tell me.
Johnny Walker.
Wait, focus. EBL, their budgets vary from their biggest brands.
Yes.
So wale unajua wanapewa pesa yote ni tuanze na Guinness. Sababu Guinness wanatoa pesa yote Diageo because it's a foreign brand. And then you come down to Tusker. And then now you go down to their spirits.
Yeah.
And in their spirits, their biggest spirit is the gin. Hii watu wamekunywa the whole of COVID during the pandemic mpaka I think by the time the pandemic ends we'll have a very
a different
kind of generation of people because the best thing they can do is kunywa gin and it's affordable. Yeah.
People do gin a lot now.
Gin, right now all the gin people unaona hata watu online wanaongea juu ya Tanqueray, they even know how to mention them. Before walikuwa wanajua hizo vitu wako wanajua. Watu wa magili, watu wazipiga bana.
Yeah, this is the first time I've tried Gilbey's.
Everyone has tried. This pandemic, everyone has drunk a gin. Before, no one would have drunk gin. People were chasing famous grouse, Jameson, Hennessy. Love pesa ikaisha. And when money...
Mimi siku jaribu kwamba pesa iliisha.
Kwani nilazimishwa kunywa?
No, nilipata tu watu wanakunywa. In fact, it was just around here. Nilipata tu watu wanakunywa.
That's what people are drinking. Hata ukienda 1824 when they open you'll see that's what people are drinking gin.
Wengine wakina Luta tuambie kwamba
mambo ni gin. Giniculous. Because that's how it is. But anyway, I was telling you the biggest money is put on mass stations, people with a bigger reach. You cannot have a small reach and expect to get more money.
You cannot have niche. And you're saying niche is dead.
Niche died, bana. Niche died because now even these companies are not making money.
But you still have premium markets. You have the BMWs and the Mercedes-Benz of the media.
Who's buying those? Who are buying those things right now?
I'm saying you still have all the problems.
With niche, everything was okay until Corona came. Because with niche, the people will get Emirates, they'll get the Etihads. Things that will never be put on Radio Jambo or can't go on Kameme. You can't be selling a ticket to go to Dubai and you're selling to Kikuis only.
Yeah.
As in, it's a science.
Yes.
Yeah. As in, one thing I know, radio will not die. Radio is suffering. Hakuna pake.
Yes.
No budget. Hakuna do as in the spend by clients has reduced by at least 66%.
What?
So you can imagine. So even the people who are still holding together their stuff, kudos to them. I really salute them. And until we get out of this pandemic, we still have a long road, and we have a very tough, owners, radio owners, practitioners have a very tough decision to make. Like
some are going to close.
Watafunga. Ama watu watafanya kazi bure. Like last year.
Where do you see the media? You know, with the pandemic.
The radio stations,
because also the stations have grown. The virtual.
Yeah, the thing is this.
Yes.
Radio is never dying. It will never die. With what has happened last year and the continuation of this year, now that Corona has told 2021 imeambia 2020 we shikilia hii drink ni kuonesha. Ikiendelea kutuonesha vile inatuonesha hivi. Many stations will have to, close their doors. Very many. Because unless the staff will be willing to work for nothing. But see, the issue is not just pay. The expenses are more. Kuna stima, kuna rent. Because majority of the stations are in a rented setup. Yes. Unless kuna mtu ana run station yake kwa building yake.
Wake.
Na stima itakuwa yako. Stima ni ya government. Ni ya Kenyan na all these guys. So it's going to be very hard to run and operate. But I hope that the country will open. And once the country opens, money will be poured in. EABL are very strange people. Them, every time inafungwa, they find a way of just holding their money.
Yes.
Because kama bai hajafunguliwa, they don't spend.
No.
And you see, it's wrong because people are still drinking.
People are drinking.
Yeah, because they're still selling. Yeah, because they still delivery.
Bar is not the only place where people are drinking. Yeah.
So I don't understand why they hold people at ransom. A big shout out to SAFCOM because they never stop.
Yeah.
But also their business never stops. Yes, their profits may go lower, but also it goes up because people now spend all their time on their phones. Yes. And talking about radio's biggest competition is the phone, the smartphone. Because with the smartphone, everybody has everything. You have all your content, you have all your music, you have YouTube, you have digital content, which no one is charging you, as long as you can afford bundles. As long as Safaricom is in business, that will be the biggest competition for radio. It's a mobile phone.
How has the technology changed on radio?
Yeah. Technology has changed.
Yes.
From gear.
Yes, the gear you're
using. I'm talking about the gear, tunaongea juu ya mtambo.
Yes.
The mixers, everything.
Yes.
And everything is digital.
Yes.
You get
I saw you guys at KISS introduced
KISS at Energy, they are operating those new
digital
new
the
mixers.
Digital and the old ones?
Hakuna nini kabisa.
What do you miss?
Hakuna nini.
What do you miss in the old?
Yeah. I miss the fact that you put in the work. You have to, you're operating. It's like flying a plane.
Yeah.
Back in the days, and then now that they've upgraded,
it's too automatic.
Squeezing, once a plane can take off, it can tax and park.
Cueing the music.
It can, that's the same thing now.
Researching.
Squeezing the mixer, unafinya two button.
But 20 years
ago, peak levels.
Yeah.
And then the job is not harder. The only hard part is just the content. The content collection and creation never changes. You still have to be the best at your game. And you have to be very talented, and you have to be an intellectual. You have to be smart, because you can't be talking to people and you're an idiot. You can't be a buffoon and you're on radio. You can't. It's impossible.
But there's some buffoons.
I know, of course.
Yeah.
You see, it's now. What one lipo 20K, 50K.
Hakuna content. Hakuna unique content.
Sasa watu wanataka tu walete tu wale wase wanaonekana wamedance kwa TikTok nini. It's crazy times.
That's
what you're famous on TikTok unaiwa kwa radio. And someone believes that it will translate into the same audience. So sometimes it works, but majority of the time it fails.
Yeah.
But the good thing for you
as
an employer, unalipa tu hiyo, unalipa TikTok, unalipa influencer money.
You as a presenter, what was it like? What was your creative process like?
My creative process
before you go on air.
Well, my creative process was non-stop.
Yes.
It was non-stop.
Yeah.
Because
what tools, I'm trying to get to know the technology you're using to make your life easier as a presenter, because you're on radio. When you leave radio, maybe you're going for meetings, but you're in the car. Sometimes you spend more time in the car than your own house.
Yes.
So how are you using the technology you're using in the car? You're listening to podcasts, you're YouTubing.
Mimi simu yangu ndio maisha yangu. That's when I was when I started working on radio, I was getting a lot of money.
Yeah.
And I used to drink a lot.
Yeah.
So I used to lose my phone every day. Fast forward now, if I lose my phone, I die. The content, the way I've set it up.
Yes.
Use my
The
phone.
apps.
The eyeballs that I give my phone, bro. I give it as in there's no woman out there. Or even yeah?
but are you married?
And sasa tumetoka nje kwa technology
Nakwambia umeongea je woman sasa watu wanakuuliza hapa. Unaweza kutafutia.
No. I'm not married, but I have two amazing women in my life who have given me amazing kids, and they're the ones who matter to me. I'm going to want they are secondary.
But when you're not married, you're married to more women.
I know, but you see me, I have chosen to just focus on those two because those are the people who have given me children.
How many kids? How many kids?
I have I've adopted 2 and I have 2.
Daughters or sons?
I have girls. I don't have a boy, but I've adopted 1 boy. So now I have a 16-year-old, a 12-year-old boy, 7-year-old girl, and a 6-year-old.
Wow.
So Debbie akona watoto wawili, Joanna akona watoto wawili.
The mothers are called Debbie and Joanna.
Yes. Debbie is in the States. No, Debbie is in the States with the Milan and Chelsea.
Yes.
Hapa niko na Joanna, the headache of my life.
Boss, you're a man who admits all your transgressions.
No, these are not transgressions.
Yes.
These are my women. These are my women. It's just that we got to a level where nilishindwa, mimi nikatoka tu. Nikajitoa tu. For my peace of mind, I don't live with them, but I'm with them every day. They live in my home, in my house. I'm the one who sorts out any form of
parenthood,
monetary
stuff,
needs, and also I am the
guardian.
I'm the guardian of that galaxy.
That is very interesting.
Yeah.
Unajua kuadmit hiyo ni ngumu.
No. Because you see people hide. When you hide, it's complicated.
Are you planning to get married?
How now? Sina hata kazi. Sasa nipate kazi kwani?
Why don't you have a job?
What do you mean you don't have a job? You know I was fired.
Why?
By Twitter.
You know, when you say that's your life.
Yeah,
is
I'm currently homeless.
Ngoja. How are you homeless?
As in work-wise.
Oh, okay. But now you're a prostitute of media.
Yes.
You can go anywhere.
I can go anywhere.
Yeah.
I can do a lot of consulting.
In a very
I can do
positive way.
many things, yes.
Yeah. So you have all these amazing women in your life.
Yes.
So how are you that you're propagating all this violence which you're talking about?
Hakuna. Listen, I will never, as in there's no violence that was propagated.
Yeah.
People were too emotional in, judging
we're not
me.
discussing the real issue.
They didn't.
real issue.
Forget even about the real issue.
Yeah.
They did not even. Before you get to the issue,
Yes.
they didn't even discuss what I discussed.
Yes.
And many, including even my aunties,
Yes.
my mom, who was getting called and ambiwa sijui nilisikia kijana wako atatukana wanawake kwa redio. You see, it was nonsensical because at the end of the day, even the person I was talking about, they didn't even know. Hakujua hata wewe ni nani, when the issue happened, what happened.
How it happened.
Yes.
Yeah.
People just, because at that particular time, there was a lot of these issues and there was just a hashtag that had just ended of a girl who unfortunately had lost her life in that sphere. Everyone just now took me as a poster child for that crime that had happened.
Yes.
In the conversation, you've had it, we've had this conversation, me and you, and you know very well, I did not advocate for rape, I did not advocate for murder or any sort of violence. All I said is that our women need to
be very careful.
Very careful.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I'll tell my daughters that.
Even me, I tell my daughter that any day. Wakasema, mimi niliambia tu wasichana, kwa nini sikwambia wanaume? I was like, why are we now trivializing the issue? Why could a woman also come and just jump on that and just add the part that I did not say?
You have to say everything. It's everybody's
and
thinking.
Also, we're living in different times. I've learned that.
Yeah.
And you just have to be very careful and trade with a lot of caution in relation to, any issues or matters related to, gender. Because there's one gender who have decided it's their opinion or the highway.
Yes.
But you see, opinions, everybody can have an opinion.
It's not a gender
I cannot be a terrorist.
I think
you cannot brand me a terrorist.
A small group of people.
Yeah, you cannot brand me a terrorist for having my own opinion. You cannot call me a terrorist kama umeniona nikifanya hizo vitu, if I've raped, if I have, I've beaten, I have murdered, if I have worn a suicide vest, you can brand me a terrorist. Everybody is fighting for their own freedom in whatever way.
The accusation from them was that you are propagating for violence.
Yes, I advocated for rape and I advocated for murder.
And you fought back and you said that they're advocating more worse violence on you.
Of course.
Which is economic and
they're
denying you.
Now
you are jobless.
An earning, yes. They've removed food out of my mouth completely.
And you're trying to guide the women.
Yeah, and you see the thing is this, half of the people now who are behind, who are very vocal.
Yes.
They have disappeared now.
But what after a career activism?
Yeah, I don't know, they wanted to, pedal stone to, lakini naomba umewasaidia. In fact, I've forgiven KOT, I've forgiven everybody who,
it's not even
was
KOT,
behind.
I
was not KOT by the actually it's not KOT.
Don't even blame KOT because
yes. The particular.
Yeah. There are people out there who are all the career in activism.
But see, the reason why I'm still here and I'm still going strong is because I know it's Shaffie one and those feminists or whoever was pushing whatever agenda they're trying to push, zero. Because has it stopped the violence?
No.
Has it stopped all this
people don't
issues
want to have a conversation.
No, yeah. So if you start the conversation, it becomes you get lynched or you get mob justed.
So you'd rather keep
quiet. Now, half of the people will keep quiet. I attempted to have the conversation.
Yes.
Not aiming it at anybody.
No.
And you see how it ended. You tell me all the young boys or the young people, even in Chile,
but who
has that space or that opportunity? They can't open that mouth.
Shaffie, you with your experience, you can deal.
You can deal.
But you had co-hosts who are younger.
Yes. And that's why, out of all this experience, there are things that made me feel very angry and very betrayed. It's someone like Neville. This guy hasn't done this even for more than 6 years. And we're just there doing what we are paid to do. Homeboyz Radio is a man's station. That's the target. When you start a radio station, you have to have a target audience.
Yes.
The show is skewed to men. And on that note, in fact, that day, I was going against the grain by advising the women.
Yes.
Because it's a men's station. I was actually, if I'd have been branded a snitch, a traitor, because I went against the grain. That is the profile of the station. That is what the station is all about. That's what it's called Homeboyz. That's why even on the show, the Kunaga Mwanamke. Look at how many Chiles do you have on Homeboyz? 2. Katiwa, who does the late night show with Jemo, and Corinne. Wengine wako pale labda tu ni ma-intern ama watu wa digital content. But on air, G-Money, Andy Young, mid-morning.
Yeah.
The Boys Club, Kerry and Lotan. And then we have Jemo. 6 against 2. So you can see what kind of a station and what kind of environment.
With the kind of audience women bring on media. Yeah, it was very funny to see. It's very eye-opening to see that you say that it's a men-focused.
It's a men-focused station, but you see, because it's in a group of companies.
Yeah. Now it's part of Radio Africa.
Yeah, it's part of Radio Africa. Yeah. So this station and Kiss, they're very similar. Classic is equally as similar as Kiss and Homeboyz. The difference is the age of the presenters and the content. Music-wise, zinachana tu by Kiss na Classic is the same type of the same year. Is exactly the same. The only difference is that Kiss is skewed to women,
but more new hits.
It's a hit station.
Yes.
And also Homeboyz is a hit station.
Yeah.
So it's same. If they're playing Lil Yachty, they're playing Lil Baby, if they're going to play the latest Chris Brown, you're going to play the latest Rihanna, Nicki Minaj. The same. Energy, same. This station is only one. So that's a competition that is very stiff. So the best way to do radio, and because these are just secrets that might get me into trouble, is very simple. You find a market and stick to your market. Because you cannot serve two masters. You can't. Always decide, hii station yangu usubuhi ni ya madem, lunchtime ni ya older women, alafu jioni ni ya wazee. You can't. The sound is very simple.
Yes.
You find a niche, have a target audience, and then you create a station profile.
Wow. Shaffie.
That's free advice.
Lakini,
for the people opening a station.
Lakini, now that you are single, or you are with all these beautiful women.
No, I'm not single technically.
Goja, Shaffie. You have all these beautiful women in your life. You date?
No, I don't date. I haven't dated for 7 years now.
You travel?
I travel a lot.
You access things like Tinder?
No, I don't access Tinder.
Other locally?
I had Tinder, and then the problem is that I had to come on Tinder because nilingia huko nikapata kuna Shaffie Weru kama wengine catfish kama 50. So even the ladies, wale nilikuwa najaribu ku hit on Tinder, swipe right.
Yes.
And they're like, where are you fake? Give up. The only digital platform I'm on.
Yes.
I'm on Facebook.
Yes.
I'm on IG and on Twitter. Very active on Twitter and IG. And me, I slide into Chile's DMs. That I do. It's easier that way. Because you can have a conversation there. You will respond. You see, and then it removes this whole issue of consent. Because ukishamwandikia akirespond, at least you can know whether she's interested or not. And then you can continue the conversation until where it leads you to getting the number and then whether you'll meet or not. That I do. I'm a man. Yeah? But Tinder nilishindwa because there's a Shaffie Weru out there wamekula madem za watu, mama watu, mpaka wamekula pesa. I had to get out of Tinder. I couldn't. Because first, even as I was entering, I couldn't even enter as Shaffie Weru. I had to enter as Shaffstar. Because every Shaffie Weru in whatever spelling, already someone has an account. So, kwa wale madem wanawatch manze, na amepata Shaffie Weru fake. No, I'm not TikTok. TikTok, I've left it for my kids. I have a 16-year-old. Milan is 16.
Yeah.
Now nikienda TikTok.
You don't have content.
I'm on Snapchat. I don't even have a TikTok account. I'm on Snapchat. My daughter who's 6 is on TikTok.
What's the difference?
Snapchat is an IG. It's an IG that disappears within 24 hours.
There's still video.
That's what I'm saying. It's an IG. IG kuna video. IG video.
Yes.
Hata Twitter iko na video. Na iko na.
I'm trying to understand why you don't like TikTok.
TikTok is. I just made a decision that hiyo nimeachia watoi wangu.
Apart from these apps, the social media apps,
websites
you visit, you say you cannot live without.
I'm a man. I visit porn sites. Any man who can say they don't go to a porn site, hey bro, there's a problem with you, man. Even married men.
What? Amerix, my friend. My friend Amerix said, if you go to a porn site, you're a simp.
Nothing like that. Simp where? Kuna kitu kama hiyo. A simp.
You're a weakest.
Why are you changing the definition of a simp? Simp ni mtu ule unajua you're weak, you cannot even speak. Umekaliwa chapati. That's a simp. But what has me going to see some hardcore things online make me a simp?
So you see for what?
Bro, I just watch. As a man. If the watching comes with a fruitful finish,
why not? For your own creativity. Where do you research your content? Websites?
No, I research here. I follow all the biggest gossip sites.
Yeah.
In fact, on my IG, I follow Bolarific.
TMZ.
TMZ definitely. And yes, I read a lot. And I watch a lot of documentaries, series.
Where do you see the media space? The country, from the blogs to the now everybody's podcasting. Now everybody's vlogging. Or radio, TV. Okay. Where do you see us?
See us in what sense?
The growth. What are we doing right? What are you doing wrong?
I'm content will continue being a very key player in the market, and I'm seeing a situation whereby news on TV will be a thing of the past.
Yeah.
Because if it's news, you have to give it to me now. So people will go,
or when you
guys will go towards new
video on
demand, and also a lot of live coverages.
Yeah,
that's a big thing for any,
especially
TV,
for the key events. Yeah,
the key event, because you see, if it's live, it's live. Like football is live. You cannot say at Indauch football badai. You cannot catch up on football. The things that you can't catch, if you can't catch up, you need it live, and that's where I'm seeing TV going to, because I can't remember the last time I sat down to watch news. As I was telling you, making appointments ended. We make appointments to go see a dentist. You make appointments with your side chick. You don't make appointments with a media house. Yeah? Ati sasa leo ndakaa hapa nisikize maina kazi. No. In fact, radio is only surviving because of the traffic and the madness that we face on the roads.
But it's growing.
And and you see, with that, you'll always find yourself in that situation where you will, not intentionally listening, but listening. Passive. That's passive listening. But watching, you have to watch and understand and feel. It takes all your time. That you can only do when you have time, and you can do it with Netflix. You haven't made an appointment because you found yourself in the house and you have nothing to do, and people are talking about a certain series. You're gonna watch it, but we will not rush home to go watch news at 9. Watch news at 9. A lie, asha break, killer story huko online. There are other younger bloggers who are like you, who are coming up, who are more aggressive. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah. So you can imagine. That's why we have all this investigative journalism kind of stories trying to come back.
Yes.
Because that people will watch. You can watch it at your own time. Yeah. You don't have to watch it live.
No.
You can watch it out of curiosity. You can watch it. You can make an appointment to watch it because it means something to you. It affects your life in a certain way. Whether it's about security, whether it's about a corrupt politician, you'll have your own agenda of watching.
Yes.
Yeah. So as you've asked, in the next 5 years, I'm not seeing people sitting down to watch TV,
radio,
news.
They're going to still consume.
Radio you have to consume because you see, radio does not interfere with your life.
Yeah.
You can be working as radio is playing in the background. It's like music. Music can never die, and radio is music. The interruption is the adverts and the presenter. So that's why it's harder even for the young and upcoming talent. Si kama kitambo unajua watu walikuwa tuna sauti poa. Number you can be on radio. No. Now you have to know how you're going to present that information because you're interrupting a lie's life. You're interrupting someone's life. So you have to be so good and giving them something so interesting and funny for them to pay attention.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shaffie, tech. I've asked you about the websites. I'm trying to understand the tech you use because I'm a techie.
No, as I said.
So the tech in your life, phone, Android or iPhone?
iPhone.
Why?
That's what I've used all the time. I find the Android being, the iPhone being a more superior gadget, even the way it feels when you hold it, and the speed, and it's Apple.
Would you interested in Samsung, Techno, Oppo?
No, Oppo. I have an Oppo.
You have an Oppo? For what?
Yes.
Taking photos?
That's my other phone. That's for you take a picture. It gets the best photos.
The cheapest phones.
With
the very nice photo.
Yeah. And it's just a nice phone. I think if you gave me a Samsung or an Oppo, I'd go for an Oppo. But my main phone is an iPhone.
Yes.
And on this iPhone, I do everything.
You have your favorite apps.
All my favorite apps. Like now, if I just go through, I can tell you, I don't have any games on my phone. I rarely play games.
Yeah, you're not a gamer.
No, I'm not a gamer. I grew up in Kibera. I'm pretending I'm a PS nini. Watoto wangu wanacheza PS. I worked hard and I can be able to give them that luxury, but not for myself.
I bought for my kids Nintendo's Juicy.
That's dope.
They can't. Yeah. They don't really interested.
That's their generation.
Yes.
Yeah. So when I see old people of my age and where they've come from still trying to attempt to be a PS buff, it doesn't make sense to me. I have Relieve. Relieve is one of my best apps on my phone.
Yeah.
Relieve is what I use when I go for my training.
Yes.
When I'm running, when I'm walking, when I'm cycling.
Yes.
When I go for bowling, that's what I use.
Yes.
And then I have Elevate. Elevate is something for the thoughts and also for everything.
Yeah.
Very dope.
Very
and also it has some kind of games inside there.
Yeah.
You can catch up on your English, your maths, your physics, and everything. Yes. And then I have Word Collect. It's like a Scrabble but on the phone.
Yeah.
Very nice when you're just chilling or when you're traveling. And then I have my TV Cast. I have my Zoom. I have my Teams. It's the version of Zoom, but for Microsoft. And then I have Word Booster. It helps me with how I talk and everything. Yeah. And then definitely everybody has Solitaire. Solitaire is there.
It's the only game you play.
Yeah, I have.
It's like me for a very long time. I played Solitaire.
Yes, Solitaire is like like Snake on the Nokia.
But I'm addicted to Sudoku.
Sudoku. That's why I have the word, the Word Collect. It's an equivalent of Sudoku, but now only without the maths and everything. Yeah, and then Periscope definitely, and then I have my Apple TV, and yes, I can be able to watch.
Before you take your flight or your journey, which app you have to go to?
My music.
A flight. Booking you still use
for
agent?
Flights. No, I use an agent. Me, I'm old school like that.
Old school.
Yeah, because you see, I don't fly in the boot.
I don't do agents.
You see me, I don't fly in the boot.
Kayaks.
Listen, I know there are many, but I don't booking.com. I don't fly boot. So my flight, I have to organize with the travel agent or pay in installments.
Yes.
It's very expensive. Yeah, by the time you're flying, you go to state, you have to spend like 700 Gs.
You do. You try
on a flight.
Yeah.
So I have to call Berita. Berita is my travel agent.
Yes.
She has to organize. Plus, also, I play around with my miles because I've traveled. I've been traveling for the last 18 years.
Sky.
Consistently.
Sky.
Emirates.
Oh, Emirates.
And I have the one for BA also, and for KLM.
Why not loyal to KQ?
I do KQ when I go to Europe.
Okay.
But majority of the time I'm going to the other hemisphere. I go to the States, and they don't have any flights.
But they
they connect with KLM.
With the
Alliance, yeah.
KLM
and then you get
and Delta.
Delta, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's I prefer traveling through UAE. It's more comfortable.
I don't like the Arab travel. I'm more. How is by there is Ramadan with you?
Ramadan is dope, man. Ramadan. It's a hard Ramadan. It's a very nimefunga. It's a very hard. Everything.
Including the porn site.
Hata leo nimevaa tu earring kwa sababu nilikuwa nakuja kwa shoot. Nikitoka tu kwa shoot sasa naenda kutoa.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Ramadan is dope, and it's hard. It's the first Ramadan that we're not allowed into the mosque.
Yeah.
But at least at Kile,
yes.
We're still allowed to pray at the mosque. A few people.
You take the job
for Tarawih, and then the Tarawih, that's the prayer, the night prayers.
Yes.
But now it's been reduced to only 30 minutes.
What?
Normally it's a very long one.
Yeah.
And then the last 10 days there's something called Tahajjud. Tahajjud is like Kesha. You guys pray the whole night.
Yes.
You go like over 20 rakas.
You've gone to Mecca?
Yeah. No. Bado sijaenda Mecca.
When?
But nimepata injection.
No, when are you
Hajj,
going
go to
Hajj?
Hajj. I'll go to Hajj once I get my life organized right now, because it has been disrupted.
But you're going to States all the time.
I know, but you see, going to Hajj and going to the States are two different things. Eh?
No.
Before you go to the Hajj, you have to have accomplished a lot of. You have to be spiritually ready. Yes, and there are things you have to have achieved and done. And yes, that is it's in my bucket list. And God willing, after next election, I'll definitely try and do the Hajj. But I have to do the Hajj. There's no truth about it.
As a Christian, can I go for Hajj?
Well, yeah, Ukizubutu, and you just become
Muslim.
And Muslim.
No, if I say I just want to go to experience
no one
my
can
brothers,
stop you.
like
No
now,
one can stop you.
Like
no one can
now,
stop you.
like
No
now,
one can stop you.
Like now,
like the same way I can come to church.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also now I can funga.
Yeah, you can fast. Yeah. In support.
Yeah, in support.
In support of the faith of your friend. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to go because it's one of the
places.
It's
one of the
stoning of the devil.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah. Raila did that though in Israel.
Yeah.
See how it worked out for him.
Baba ni baba.
Baba ni baba. Yes, and
yeah.
So that's what we are.
Oh, okay. Asante sana Shaffie Weru.
People are seeing me with you now. They ask you, unapata message na alaya nakulipa pesa ngapi? So how much are you giving me?
You'll have to give me all the money you have, because you have all these blings.
No, these are not bling, bana.
Shoe.
This is my
shoe.
My shoe. Oh, nice.
New Balance, Nike, or what? Adidas. What would you do?
I have majority of my shoes are Nike.
Yes.
And definitely have Adidas.
This is the first time I bought a Nike. I'm an Adidas guy.
No, Adidas is dope.
Yeah.
And I love Adidas. But Nike all the way, man.
Yeah.
And yes.
Because Nike is so damn expensive.
It's very expensive, and that's why I'm telling you. Nikiona maisha yangu imekuwa ngumu sana. Nafungua tu nini?
Watch.
Car boot sale.
Watch.
Watch today I'm wearing what am I wearing? A Ferrari tag. This is a tag. There's a tag.
Tag?
Yeah, that's the majira.
How many dollars? 800?
8,000. 8,000. Yeah.
Hey, Shaffie.
Yeah. You see how it?
No sports watch?
No. I don't do nini, because I run. The Relief does everything for me.
No, but do you measure your
I can do that with the Relief.
No, but
I don't have any of the.
The phone is not measuring.
I don't have that. I don't have that. But my wife and the kids, I don't have hiyo. Hata hiyo smartwatch I don't have, because nikikuwa nao watachukua tu.
It's not your lifestyle.
It's not.
It's not your lifestyle. Yeah. So utavaa mbili kama like who?
Semelango, bro.
So with my shoes,
Nike all the way. Adidas, I can wear Adidas and Reeboks, and I have Fila. I have Fila because when I was growing up, that's what every rich kid used to have, and I didn't have money to buy. So I have Fila. I bought. When I went to the States in 2019, I had to just get myself the retro Filas, about $350 each, which is very dope.
Network, Safaricom, Airtel.
Safaricom any day.
Why?
Me, I'm Kenyan.
Why? You're the dominant.
You trust, you just trust.
That works.
For me, just
Safaricom just works.
Yeah, I've tried. I have an Airtel number. In fact, I have an Airtel number, but I even had a Telcom number, but bro.
It doesn't work.
I tried, bro. Plus, also, I can't carry more than 2 phones. So I have one and one that my driver carries.
Boss, hey, Shaffie, thanks so much. Nice having a conversation with you.
Yes.
Thanks for being our first guest on the show.
Yeah, pilot. This is a pilot project. So this show better work. Like, there's no way about it.
The Reverend?
Yeah.
Why?
The Reverend. The Reverend is my name because I used to do 48 parties in 48 hours. Some of the things I did for Radio Africa. But I partied for 48 hours, non-stop.
Apart from you know, when I was growing up in the media industry and I was seeing that Shaffie is doing all these crazy things, then there was this guy, the Kiss Bandit.
Yeah, before.
Where is that guy?
That was just it was a thing. It wasn't a person. It was just a thing that we created.
Oh.
Yeah. We had
There's a guy who was just hugging everyone.
Ice. And Mr. Ice. We got Mr. Ice or something. Iceman.
Yes.
Even had Iceman.
Yes.
Yeah. Some of the biggest campaigns we ever did.
Yes. Did you get to love the show of Wakina Alan? This is Alan who is now in the BBC. Kasuja.
Yes.
And
yeah.
And
very good. He did with the lady.
No, the guy who was looking like his
Marcus.
queen. No, not Marcus. It was who? Alan and who? They were hosting.
I just remember
the drive show.
Marcus and Leo.
Yes.
Yeah, Marcus, who was married to my former
friend,
boss, GM.
Yes.
Yeah, but now he's in Uganda now working for Next Radio.
Someone is a good boss.
I beg, as in your opinion.
She's a good boss.
Yeah. So, she's a good person. She's a good person.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. She's a good person.
Yeah.
As in, despite our differences, I think she is a good individual.
Yeah, to survive in radio for that long.
You don't have to be good. You have to be just. You have to be calculated. You have to be very calculated.
Sometimes
especially if you're not talented. You know talent, we know why.
Yeah.
Talent, we know why.
Yes. And it's also very hard sometimes to give it to them, realizing that the radio industry or the media industry in this country is controlled by advertisers.
Yes.
And when the advertisers make a call and say that you have to fire this person.
If they don't like you, they don't like you. That's the biggest issue.
There's nothing you're going to do.
You see someone like Kibe, a very good friend. That's the biggest issue he's facing. Because majority of the people who are controlling advertising are the same women. All the majority, 99.9% of all brand managers are Chiles. And there are these young Chiles who are still on social media who
but they're
listen
not
to their
agency
friends.
owners, so you cannot blame them so much also.
No, I can. As in, but that's just life. That's where we are. Kuna kazi zingine ni wanawake tu wanaweza fanya very well. Yeah? Like selling, media buying, they're very good at that. Yeah. Majority of brand managers are Chiles.
Yeah. Brand account managers.
Their bosses unapata ni machali nini. But the guys who control the spend.
So the Reverend, the plantation is the work.
Yeah, the plantation is. I just derived it from roots.
I thought it was this. Yeah.
No. I know the beard and not this. I don't even smoke.
You lead the beard gang in the country.
Yes. I lead a lot of things. I lead Timafisi.
Yeah.
But then, I did the Guinness Book of World Record with Gillette.
Yes.
Of the number of many men shaving at any one time.
And you broke the record.
And we broke the record before the record was held by some country from South America.
How many?
And we did 6,000 people.
6,000?
6,000, yeah. People shaving at the same time at KU.
But shaving is not catching up because, Kitambo used to know how to handle the razor blade.
People are lazy.
But you shave yourself?
No, I don't. I can't. Me, I believe in what Wagenge said. Kinyozi haezi jinyoa.
Asante sana.
Thank you.
Even with COVID, I think we need to bring the sanitizer. Asante sana.
You can be sanitizing in Jalangushwa and then you come.
Asante sana. Asante sana.
No, it was my pleasure.
Thank you for coming for our show, the first show.
Yeah, the first show.
I hope that
this show doesn't even have a name.
It's called the Audit Show.
The Audit Show.
That's why we're trying to. That's why we're trying to understand who you are, what you do, what you love. What
Robert Alai.
Robert Alai.
What's your third name?
Yeah.
Now that you've audited me. Onyango. Like Adele. You know Adele is Onyango.
Onyango. Adele hates me because so. When you speak your mind.
People, that's a problem. Yeah. And as a parting shot, people need to understand.
Yes.
You cannot just have one opinion, and you cannot have two.
Yes.
You can have varied opinions.
Yes.
And
we still sit
and grow.
Yes. And just coexist. Support each other.
Yeah.
Like me and Somo.
Because why are we deciding your opinion
like me and
is
Somo,
better than my opinion?
Somo, like we don't see eye to eye. But I think she's a great lady.
Yeah.
I think she's a great lady.
It is what it is.
She's just different camp. I'm a different camp.
Yeah.
It's okay. Asante sana, Shaffie.
Big shout out. Thanks
Thank
for
you
the
so
audit.
much. Asante. Thank you. Asante sana for watching our first show. Till next time.